Hello. Alright, day 2 of attacking the assignment, I should say. Before that, let me just get all of my needed resources set up. Okay, where is my UML diagram? Okay, I found that. Here's the UML diagram. And what else do I need? Let me just open up. Bring that this side. Cool. What else do I need to do? We'll close that. And finally, let me just... why am I getting news about JLo? Okay. And is there something that I can do in the meantime? And here we go. Okay, cool. And let me set a timer. Let's do 1 hour. Cool. So here's the thing, right? We completed the person and registration clause yesterday, and I defined, I provided a definition for why it is a composition relationship. Today we will do our we will begin with our two child classes that are inherent from registration. So let's move this away and let's find the project. It should be this one. I wonder if I were to just open up a project. Let's open this and see something. Oh, and I have to. Okay, I see. Cool. There we go. This needs to close. And here's the file. Okay, cool. So today we will create the student registration class. So we'll add new C++ class. And the class name is student registration. studentregistration. Cool. Base class. Can I type something in? It's registration. Cool. And next, I will add my version control, and here we add the executable. Okay. You are here. You inherit publicly from registration. All right. And here's the class. And if we look at the image, we notice that we have a new variable that is unique to the student class, that being m underscore qualification. And if you're wondering why all of our members, so the private variables, are prepended with m underscore, it's just a standard to say that this is a member, so member qualification. You can sometimes will see that you just have m qualification instead of m underscore qualification. It's just a means to better emphasize that this is a member of a given class. So let me go back here. M underscore qualification, and we have 3 functions. Student registration will call parent registration. Calculate fee will call this calculate fee plus whatever additional we need. ToString will call this ToString and whatever additional we need. Okay. So let me start with the private. Is it a QString? Yeah, QString. Cool. Let me add that first variable, QString m underscore qual QA QUALIFI qualification. Cool. And I then have three functions starting with student registration, which should take two variables. Because I have the parent class, I should be able to create a person. Okay, cool. Person called A and a Q string to represent the qualification. Now, if I go here, I should be able to add a definition in my CPP file. There we go, and I'll get rid of this old one. Here we go. Constructor for student registration must explicitly initialize the base class registration, for which it doesn't have a default. Yeah, okay, that I know. So I can use my initialize list, registration, and if I pass in A, that should be fine. And then M underscore qualification, and I'll pass in Q, and that should be cool. So typically, let's say we didn't inherit from registration class, even though we knew student registration must be in some way related to the registration class. In that case, I would have to redo, let me go back here, I would have to redo all of this. Now, because it inherits it, all I have to do is call the parent constructor, and it will handle all of this necessary initialization. Cool. As for calculate fee, if I access the registration class, and if I were to do calculate fee, but I know that's wrong, okay? I know it's wrong. I need to check what the difference is. Where's my... Here we go. It's here. So there are three types of registration: standard, student, and invited guest. The standard fee is whatever. Those who are students will pay half the price. Okay. So it's returned this. Divided by 2.0 just to ensure that it is a double. I'm getting an issue here. Oh. I see. Cool. I'm actually going to create another Q string, reg string, and it's going to equal to registration, the toString method. Cool. And this will store whatever the toString method is from here, which is 1, 2, 3. I don't want to use multi-argument. 1, 2, 3, toString attendee, booking date, and the calculate fees. So if I do registration string dot append, and if I do a .org, and the only difference will be the qualification. So it's M underscore qualification. Ignoring return value of function declared with no discard attribute. Invalid operands. Am I just being silly? dot append qchar string view constchar qstring. Yeah, so I should be able to add qualification. Okay, cool. And then I'll just return registration string. Let's change the name. And if I go here, let me move my external includes away from my internal includes. And if I do a student registration, I will pass in P1 and BSc ComSci. And it should be student dot, let's do toString. Oh wait, actually there's going to be an issue here because in my registration I am adding the calculate fee. However, that value is going to be different from this value to calculate fee. Okay, so there's an issue here. Let's see. Let me think. Within the function registration, let's say I did not actively call the calculate fees function, so I just didn't show it. Which means my toString method will show the attendee and the booking date only. And to get the calculate fee, I can just call it again. Let me check. I can't overload because I'm not adding any new variables. I can override, however. So override basically says I have a function in my parent, I have a function in my child. They are the same, however, they act differently. So within my parent, I'll have some access modifier, and then within the child, I can call that same function, I can change it. Which is what I think I should do. Let me just think. I haven't been told in the UML diagram if it should specify that it should be overridden, and typically you don't need to. If you inherent, you can in some way perform override if you need it to be. So let me just figure out what I want to do. How I can solve this. I can just remove the calculate fee and I can use, I can directly call calculate fee. Oh, there's something wrong here. It should not be attendee, it should be get attendee. Yeah, it should be get attendee. This is very weird. It added this. Wait a minute. Registration correct. Person get attendee. Get booking date. Calculate fee and toString. my double standard fee, that's correct. This, however, is incorrect. Because it should be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have two things here that should not be here. Which I did not add. Did this thing add? Okay, this got added because of a mistake that I made. Cool. And that I should also remove. If I come back to my registration class, let me just do some cleanup. Get attendee. It doesn't match. Oh yeah, it shouldn't be const. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 as it should be. Okay. And then let me go and try to figure out this issue here. If I remove you, calculate fee. Let me just make my problem clear what I'm trying to say. N, new line. Let me close that. Control B to bold. And I'll run the program. Okay, nucleus space, but anyway, here's a problem. 500 and 500. It should not be 500. For a student, the fee should be half. So what's happening is, if you notice, I'm calling the parent toString function. However, within that parent, it directly calls a calculate fee function, which just returns standard fee. So in the child, I'm essentially calling that standard fee, which is just 500, when in fact I should call this fee. So what I can do is I can completely rewrite this function. So I can rewrite it. And it doesn't have to be override. Let me think. Do I want to do an override? Let me try to think. So I think that's just a better option. I will create a student registration. Return QString. And I'm just going to copy this. Then I have to call the parent functions again. So it would be better for me to keep this actually. It'd be better for me to keep that and just remove this part. I can call it as two separate functions instead. As for the UML diagram, okay. And if later on I need to fix anything, I'll do it then. Let's see. What's going on here? All right. And now if I go back here, neither one of them should print out any number. Cool, and they don't. Okay. And then I can just print student dot calculate fee, and I'll do the same thing for registration. And there's a value 500 and 250 as doubled as they should be. That's correct. Now I need to build the next child class, which is guest registration. So this one down here, this one. So its unique member is m underscore category with 3 functions: guest registration, which is the constructor, and 2 functions: calculate fee and toString. Registration. Here we go. Cool. And guest registration should take 2 values, that being a person called A and a Q string to represent the Q string Q. It should be C. Did I make a mistake somewhere? Q string Q. Why did I close that? No, I didn't close it. Wait. There we go. Guest registration. Oh, it is Q. Okay, that's weird. And I have some data in the private. But first, let me do my double. And a Q string called toString. I may not actually. I don't need this because it's declared in the parent actually, so it's declared here, Q string, yeah. So I don't need it. And I can add a definition for this, and get rid of the old one. The same with the other 2 functions. I will again call the parent initializer list. And I'll pass in person. And the only thing I have to do is set up the m underscore category to be Q for some reason. As for calculate fee, all I have to do is return the parent. No, registry. Calculate fee. And I forget, what should the value be overloaded to? For those registered, I'd guess it's 10%. Okay. Times 0.10. That's 10%. And then toString, I'll just come here and I'll copy all of this. And it'll be m underscore category. And that should be everything. If I go to my main.cpp, let me include it. What category of visitor is this? Control B to build, Control R to run. And it's all correct. 50, 250, and 500, although I would prefer having some space here. So the issue is here. That's the issue. Cool. And that should be it for those classes. And we'll finally move on to the registration list, which has a many to one relationship with registration, which is just a nice way of saying registration list contains many registrations, or one registration list contains many registrations. It is also a composition relationship because without registration, registration list could not exist. And I need to stretch. Let's see. Damn it. Okay, anyway, registration list. Where are you? Here you are. Cool. And it has 5 functions and one private variable called, or inherits from, not inherit, is a queue list. Use of undeclared identifier registration. Expected expression. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because it should be registration. Yeah. Silly me. Anyway, we will come back to this soon.